Hello and welcome to your mat. My name is Tess, if we haven't met before. I'm a yoga teacher living in Australia and I love writing apnea sequencing. So this is just like any other yoga class in the sense that you take what you leave and you take what you leave. You take what you need and you leave what you don't. Everything is an offering. So with that being said, friendly reminder that our lungs are made of super delicate tissue. So when we're doing breath holds during yoga, we're not trying to push it to the fullest extent or to sit through really any more than maybe one contraction. I'd like you to breathe at your first urge to let your breath out and enjoy inviting your accessory breathing muscles and your lungs to the stretching party. This is a short sequence that you could do in the morning when you're feeling pretty stiff and before you go for a dive to loosen yourself up, or a swim, or a surf, or however you like to be in the water. We'll get started laying down on our backs. Option to bring a bolster below the knees if you've got that. If you have some blocks, you can create yourself a heart bench. But if you're going propless, simply lay down onto your back. Shavasana. And gently close down the eyes and shift the gaze inward. And check in with physical body. I'm not judging it in one way or the other, it's a noticing. Like something or somewhere that you become so familiar with, you think you know every little detail, but then you see something that you never really looked at before. Maybe walking somewhere or driving somewhere, there's something that you never noticed before. So scan with curiosity. Keep yourself in the mindset of having fresh eyes. And if you've got any tension in the forehead, eyebrows, nose, tongue is on the roof of the mouth, where your cheeks are a bit tucked into your jaw, let it loose. Let yourself totally sink, be supported by the ground. Your joints get to be heavy, muscles, bones, all of it. And start to deepen the breath. Let the belly expand, draw air in, lungs. Carry up through chest. Up into collarbones, throat, mouth. Slight pause, and then the exhale. Weight of the ribs collapse down. In-breath suction through the tummy with the diaphragm. Roll of breath into the mid-lungs, collarbones, throat, mouth. Pause. And let your breath return back to tidal breathing and start to bring a little twinkle into the fingers and toes and let that graduate into a rolling out of the ankles, rolling out of the wrists until you find yourself in a full body stretch. Fingers interlaced at the top, press. Heels of palms up and away. And start to slightly wiggle side to side while you keep your hips glued to the ground. It's kind of like a shimmy in the shoulder, starting to wake up that space. Knees come to knock in, soles of feet to edges of the mat. Gently press yourself up. Weight into wrist creases. And swing. Side to side. Maybe really feeling into the space that is right at the back of your armpit and shoulder blade meeting point. Let the legs go out long, grow tall, puff the chest out, chin lifts. Shoulder blades are pinching together in the back like you could pop a blueberry between. And come up into a seat. Hands interlace behind the back. Thread the heart through. Press the wrists together like you could glue the whole interior of the palms to one another. Stay tall through thoracic spine. Keep the interlace and tuck both hands into the right side of the body. Let right ear meet right shoulder. And stretch. Breath is gentle, smooth, tidal. Extend back through center. And then tuck into left side. Left ear drops. Feel the mobility in your upper spine, your neck, as you nod yes and no your cervical spine. And then release the grip, chin tucks in. Next meeting place, tabletop. Roll over, hands and knees hip width apart. And we'll come into, today, anything but cat-cow. So start to move your spine, sway, maybe side to side, maybe roll it like a wave. But you're finding a 360-degree plane of mobility in the spine, as opposed to keeping it perfectly up and down, like you do with a traditional cat-cow. And next time you take a breath in, hold at the top, and continue to wiggle through. Stay in the top hold until you feel that very first urge to let the breath back out, and then do that. Exhale. One smooth breath between. And then this time, let yourself on the empty. Empty out lungs, just a comfortable exhale, and hold at the bottom. Continue to swivel the pelvis. Shift the weight back and forth on hands and knees. Tuck the chin. And then flex out as you let the breath back in. Settle back into a neutral spine. Tuck onto toes, press yourself back. Malasana, yogi squat. Elbows come to inside of knees. You can choose to stay exactly right here. If you'd like to go for the half bind, the full bind, or simply bring a side body stretch into it, wrap right hand around right knee, plant in the back, reach up and high with left fingertips. Like you could reach up and over to the corner of the room. And if you'd like to go for the bind, maybe see if fingers can meet each other. Maybe not today. And then come back center. Little seaweed out of the shoulders. And then left elbow wraps around the outside of left knee. Plant the finger pads and reach high with the right arm. There's a really deep compression here too in the left side body, left groin. This would be the second half of your digestive tract would be decent. One more breath. And let it out. Walk yourself out. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. Take several rounds of breath here to pedal out and become comfortable in the shape. Maybe circle out the shoulder blades, rolling back as you plug them into the sockets. Getting some mobility through scapula, through shoulder girdle. The bottoms of the heels reach towards the ground. One day they might touch. Figure 4 shape. Bend into right leg. Plant the ankle on top of left knee. You might need to bring a micro bend into the shape. And come down into child's pose. Hover, keep the figure 4 shape. And press back out. Unravel right leg. Toes reach high. Stretch out through hip flexors, front hip. And right foot back down. Figure 4 second side. Cross left ankle over top of right. Again, maybe a micro bend in the knee to catch the spot. Move down like molasses. 2 slow breaths carry you into a hovering tabletop figure 4 shape. We're warming up through the wrists, the outsides of the hips, through the core. Next inhale, hips rise. Unravel left toes. Reach them up and up. Like you're creating a beautiful arch through the front side of hip flexor. Don't worry about being perfectly straight. Listen to what feels good in the body. And left foot comes back down. Walk yourself back, fingers to toes, until you find yourself ragdoll. Feet widen to width the mat. Grab onto the elbows and shift yourself back and forth. Let the neck be so heavy. Your head weighs a lot. Your big brain and your thick skull. So let gravity do work here to extend the line of your C-spine. In fact, the C-spine is directly correlated to the diaphragm. You've got a nerve called the phrenic nerve that makes your diaphragm breathe. And it's located between C3, 4, and 5 in your neck. So, I would argue to say that the more you can loosen through the neck, the more you can loosen through the diaphragm. And gently release the grip. Keep the fold as you weeble, wobble, toes back to hip width. Exhale all the way to the bottom. Let the compression between flexion at width. Let the butt back in as you ripple up through spine. Arms reach up. Hands to heart center. Sweep the hands high. Waterfall, body down. Fingers plant half lift. Exhale all the way to the bottom. Body can press out all of the air. Hold at the bottom. Press to shins for the section. Half lift. Stay there until that first earthquake. Breathe in, ripples you all the way high. Hands to reach up, palms meet. Come down to heart center. One more on your own. Sweep hands high. Bend hips. Hold forward. Gentle press hip as you prepare to empty out the lungs in the fold and the exhale. Create a straight back. Feel the suction in your diaphragm, the stretch. And then ripple all the way high. Shake it out. Shimmy through the shoulders. Loose through the knees. And then big toe mounds come to touch ground through all the corners of your feet. Hands reach up and high. Twist the wrist. twist the wrists as you kind of pinch your head in between, squeeze the skull, and bend over, crescent moon pose to the left, bringing length down right side body, and keeping yourself so perpendicular like you could be squished between two panes of glass or something. Inhale up through center, and wave on over to the other side, left. Oh. We're bringing length into the outside of the shoulder. And you can squeeze through the butt cheeks, really ground through the heels, keep space between the ribs. And back center. Roll out the wrist, keep the arms up high, seaweed them out, switch the grip. This time, we'll go on apnea. Deep breath in, hold, and over to the right. Staying here for only to barely grace the depth of the pose, and then momentum carries you through center, over to the left. Stay in your breath, hold, until you feel you need to let the breath out, and let the hands down. One more hip flexor stretch, and then we'll be ready to spin. Chair pose, hip sinks back. Shift weight into left foot, figure four shape. With or without the hands, totally up to you. More of a challenge for mobility to do it without. More of a deep stretch if you use right hand to press down as if the right corner of the knee is going to hit the top right corner of your mat. You can stay stationary or bring the lower spine into the picture, adding a tuck and a flex. Using the abs to engage. Noticing with that curiosity, where do I feel this in my body? One more tuck. One more flex. Unravel, reach right foot behind, long. And right arm reaches up and over. We've got a super long curve going all the way from right fingertips down through the hips and twisting out. Left arm comes to catch right wrist. Little pull. And back center. Roll out through the wrist, sink the hips back. Chair pose, second side. This time, ground firmly into right foot, cross left knee over top. Again, choose your adventure. A stationary chair adventure challenges the balance and the mobility. Adding left heel of palm to the knee brings a new depth to the stretch. Less challenge on the balance. If you'd like to activate through the pelvis, through the S-spine, start to wiggle out like a tuck and a flex. Kind of like when you see dolphins moving through the water, the way they have to move their mid-body in order to wave. Two more cycles of breath. And can you slow down these cycles of breath? And if you unravel left foot, reach behind, arm up and over, like a twisted lunge-ish shape. And then right hand to catch left wrist. Pull up and over, encourage the side body stretch. And then back center. Shimmy out, roll out, and enjoy the water, or the rest of your day, or wherever you're going. Thank you so much for sharing this practice.